Oil is the lifeblood of our modern world. It powers our cities, fuels our vehicles, and keeps industries running day and night. Without oil, the world as we know it would come to a standstill, affecting everything from transportation to manufacturing. From fueling cars and buses to forming the plastics in your phone, oil touches nearly every part of daily life. It's in the asphalt beneath your feet, the packaging of your groceries, and even the fertilizers that help grow your food. Oil's reach is so vast that it quietly shapes the world around us, often in ways we don't even notice. Its price matters to everyone, not just world leaders or investors. Whether you're a commuter, a business owner, or a student, changes in oil prices ripple through the economy, affecting the cost of goods, travel, and even the price of your morning coffee. The price of oil is constantly shifting, influenced by everything from weather disasters to economic growth in countries like China. A hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico or a surge in demand from Asia can send prices soaring or tumbling overnight. When economies grow, oil demand rises. When they slow, demand falls. This delicate balance means that oil markets are always on edge, reacting to every sign of change in the global economy. But it's not just economics. Politics can send oil prices soaring or crashing in hours. A single news headline or a sudden policy shift can trigger massive swings in the market, impacting millions worldwide. Many of the world's largest oil reserves are in politically unstable regions. Tensions, conflicts, or even rumors from these areas can create uncertainty, making oil prices unpredictable and volatile. A single statement from a president or a new set of sanctions can shake the market. Decisions made in government offices can have immediate effects on what you pay at the pump. Today, we'll break down a moment when a political decision, President Trump's deadline for Iran, sent oil prices climbing. This event is just one example of how quickly global politics can impact the cost of energy worldwide. By understanding this event, we'll see how international politics and oil prices are deeply connected. The decisions made in one country can have far-reaching consequences, shaping economies and daily lives across the globe. This isn't just a financial story, it's about how global events impact your daily life. The price of oil affects everything from your commute to the cost of heating your home, making it a story that touches us all. Let's dive in and see why oil's price is everyone's business, and why understanding it matters more than ever in our interconnected world. Let's rewind to a moment when US-Iran tensions dominated global headlines, and the world watched anxiously. The relationship between these two nations has always been complex, but in this period, every move was magnified, and every headline seemed to carry the weight of potential crisis. President Trump made a dramatic decision. He withdrew the U.S. from the 2015 Iran nuclear deal, a move that sent shockwaves through diplomatic circles and reintroduced a heavy dose of uncertainty to global oil markets. Suddenly, the rules of the game had changed, and no one was sure what would come next. The U.S. quickly imposed strict sanctions, directly targeting Iran's vital oil exports. These sanctions were designed to squeeze Iran's economy, but they also sent ripples across the world, as oil supply routes and contracts were thrown into question. Then, President Trump raised the stakes even higher by issuing a public deadline, an ultimatum that left little room for negotiation and dramatically increased the risk of direct conflict between the U.S. and Iran. Oil traders around the world saw this as a major warning sign. The sense of unease was palpable on trading floors, as analysts scrambled to predict what might happen next. Prices surged, not because the physical supply of oil changed overnight, but because the risk of future disruption suddenly spiked. The market was reacting to the possibility of chaos, not just the reality on the ground. The Strait of Hormuz, a narrow but vital oil shipping route, became a focal point. Any conflict here could choke off a significant portion of the world's oil supply, making the stakes even higher for everyone involved. Even the mere possibility of a blockade or military escalation made buyers nervous. They were willing to pay more for oil, just to secure their supply in an increasingly unpredictable world. This is market psychology in action. Prices rise on fear, not just on hard facts. The anticipation of trouble can be just as powerful as the trouble itself. Words from world leaders, especially in tense moments, can move markets as much as physical events. A single statement or threat can send prices soaring or tumbling in minutes. A presidential deadline signaled a volatile and uncertain future, and the market adjusted instantly, reflecting the collective anxiety of investors and nations alike. The oil price jump was more than just a number. It was the world bracing for uncertainty, a vivid reminder of how geopolitics and market psychology are deeply intertwined. Oil prices, at their core, are about supply and demand. But what does that really mean? Let's break it down. Supply is how much oil is available from producers like Saudi Arabia, Russia, and the US. These countries, along with others, extract crude oil from the ground and ship it around the world. The amount they produce can change quickly, depending on technology, investment, or even political decisions. When supply is high, prices drop. When it's tight, prices rise. For example, if there's a sudden surge in oil production, the market can be flooded, causing prices to fall. But if production slows or is disrupted, prices can spike almost overnight. Demand is driven by economic activity. Booming economies use more oil. When factories are busy, cars are on the road, and planes are flying, the world needs more energy. This pushes demand higher. High demand pushes prices up, recessions pull them down. During economic slowdowns, people travel less, and factories cut back, so oil demand drops and prices usually follow. The market price is where supply meets demand. This intersection is constantly shifting, influenced by countless factors every day. OPEC, a group of major oil producers, can influence prices by adjusting output. Their decisions are watched closely by traders and governments worldwide. If prices are too low, OPEC may cut production. If too high, they might pump more. These moves are meant to keep prices within a range that benefits their economies. But this balance is fragile. Even small changes in supply or demand can send prices swinging. Unexpected events, like new oil discoveries or harsh winters, can tip the scales. Natural disasters, technological breakthroughs, or even a pipeline shutdown can have a big impact. These basics set the stage, but politics often overrides them. International relations, sanctions, and conflicts can all play a huge role in shaping oil prices. A single political move can disrupt the entire equation. Sometimes, just the threat of action is enough to send prices soaring or crashing. That's why oil prices are so unpredictable. There are always new twists, and the story is never quite the same. Geopolitics adds chaos to oil's supply and demand. Imagine oil supply as pipes connecting nations. Politics can tighten, loosen, or break those pipes overnight. Tensions, especially near key shipping lanes, make markets nervous. This nervousness becomes a risk premium. Traders charge more for uncertainty. Trump's Iran deadline was a textbook case. The risk of conflict in the Strait of Hormuz sent prices up. Even a small chance of disruption makes buyers scramble for oil. Political shocks move prices faster than economic data ever could. Oil traders must watch global politics as closely as financial reports. In oil markets, a single tweet can cost billions. Iran is a top oil producer and a key OPEC member. The 2015 nuclear deal let Iran boost exports, stabilizing prices. Trump's withdrawal and renewed sanctions aim to cut Iran's oil exports to zero. This shrank global supply, pushing prices higher. The presidential deadline added the threat of military conflict, risking not just Iran's oil, but also exports from other Gulf states. The Strait of Hormuz, a narrow waterway, became a global choke point. The market faced a double threat: less oil now, and the risk of a much bigger disruption. This perfect storm sent oil prices surging. Political moves in one country can shake the world's energy supply. Why does all this matter to you? Oil prices directly affect what you pay at the pump. When oil goes up, so does gasoline. Your commute, groceries, and travel all get more expensive. Airlines pay more for jet fuel, so ticket prices rise. The cost of shipping goods, from bananas to electronics, climbs as fuel costs increase. Higher oil prices ripple through the entire economy, fueling inflation. Businesses pass on higher costs to consumers, shrinking your purchasing power. What starts as a political dispute can tighten your monthly budget. Oil's price isn't just a number, it's a force shaping your daily expenses. Understanding this helps you make smarter financial choices. Global events can hit your wallet faster than you think. Political turmoil and oil price spikes go hand in hand. The 1973 oil crisis. Arab OPEC nations embargoed the U.S., quadrupling oil prices and causing shortages. The 1979 Iranian Revolution. Chaos slashed Iran's output, doubling prices and triggering recession. The 1990 Gulf War. Iraq's invasion of Kuwait removed major exporters from the market, sending prices soaring. Each crisis showed how quickly politics can disrupt oil flows and economies. Long gas lines, rationing, and inflation followed. These events reshaped energy policy and highlighted the West's dependence on Middle Eastern oil. The lesson: instability in oil-producing regions is a global economic threat. Oil prices are the world's early warning system for trouble. History keeps repeating itself. Oil price surges ripple far beyond gas stations. Agriculture suffers. Fuel and fertilizer costs rise, making food pricier. Manufacturing feels the pinch, especially plastics and chemicals made from oil. Companies face higher costs, which can mean pricier goods or delayed investments. Oil-importing countries lose wealth. Exporters risk over-reliance on oil. Central banks watch oil prices closely. Spikes can fuel inflation and force interest rate hikes. Higher rates slow borrowing and growth, affecting everyone. Oil's price shock travels from headlines to your home and wallet. That's why policymakers and businesses track it so closely. Oil's story is a mix of economics, geology, and politics. Trump's Iran deadline is just one example of how global events hit your finances. Distant headlines can mean higher gas, utility, and grocery bills. You don't need to be an expert, just stay informed. Knowing how politics affects oil helps you anticipate rising costs. Financial literacy means understanding these global connections. The world is more linked than ever. Decisions abroad can impact your budget at home. Pay attention to global trends. They give context for your money choices. Being informed is a powerful tool for financial security. In a volatile world, knowledge protects your wallet.